Hey guys, you know what I'm never going to outgrow? The books I read to my kids when they were really little. This one here, Tinkerbell's Tea Party, always makes me want to make tea party treats. My kids are way too old for it. I will never outgrow it. So today we're going to make scones. I've got 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, tablespoon of sugar, tablespoon of baking powder, and I'm just cutting in half a stick of butter. That's a 1/4 cup of butter with my pastry blender. And I'm going to make it like fine crumbs, kind of like wet sand. And when we get to that texture, we're going to put in some more ingredients. Meanwhile, let me tell you about Library by Mail. I am so excited about Library by Mail. This is a brand new service for people who can't get to the library either because of a lack of transportation or they're homebound because of disability or illness. And here's your contact information to get applied and set up to do this. You can borrow up to 3 books at once. It's okay if you don't know exactly what you want. You can talk to them and they'll help you figure out what you want to borrow. Or you can make a very specific request if you know exactly what you'd like to get. So 3 books at once for a period of 6 weeks. And you can even renew it if you need to. Just let them know you want a little longer. And then when you want to return it, it just goes back to them in the same package that it came in. You just turn the address label around and send it back to them. No cost to you. So if you know someone in a situation like that who can't get to the library, please let them know about this. This is brand new and, I mean, super exciting. So what goes next in our scones? I've got half a cup of heavy cream and an egg. We're just going to mix those together. Now, if you want to make your scone a flavor, you can put in some dried fruits, mini chocolate chips, something like that, something kind of dry. Won't mess up the texture of the scone. So for this scone, not blueberries or anything like that. Sounds good, but it would really kind of goof up the texture. This is a very flaky scone. All right. Stir it up with a spoon. Now you really want to handle this as gently and as little as possible, but since it's kind of a dry and flaky scone, the dough is pretty stiff. And I find that I usually have to work it with my hands a little bit to get it to hold together at all, which I will do right on my cookie sheet. Just have to make a little space here. All right, I'm going to smush this together. Try to make a dough that holds together. We don't need to grease the cookie sheet. The butter in the dough is going to keep it from sticking. So you get your oven heated up to 425. We're going to cut this into 12 scones, and we're going to bake them for 12 minutes. Like that. You don't even need to write that one down. That's easy to remember. Now I like to serve this with jam and a fancy kind of cream. I take half a cup of cream and I whip it with about 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar in it. And then I fold it with a secret ingredient, which I will show you in a minute. And also some jam or some kind of sweet spread. Makes for a super awesome treat with a cup of tea. Everybody always gets pretty excited about these. All right. Now, let's get this where you can see it. Oh, I have to move my sign so that you can see this happening. I'm just going to smush it out with my hand. I don't even need a rolling pin. Now, a lot of times I stop the video when I take the time to do a step like this. But these scones are so quick and so easy to do that I want to show you the whole thing because you can really do this. This is really, really easy. Now you can see exactly how squishy you need to squish the dough. It's pretty firm, a little firmer than Play-Doh. Leaving it pretty thick. Can you see how thick it is? And we're going to cut it into little rectangles. These are kind of a dainty little treat. And they're not even perfect rectangles. I don't really worry about that. But if you want to be fancy, you could cut them a little more perfect. I'm going to have some that are shaped like that. And then in the middle, there's some more perfect rectangles, like you could sell in a shop. I'm not selling these. These are going to be for my family. My family is used to weird shaped food because I don't like to waste the corners. All right, there we go. Messy, not perfect rectangles going in the oven for 12 minutes. In the meantime, what are we going to put on top of that? So here is my whipped cream with a little sugar in it. Here's my secret ingredient. It is Greek yogurt. It's half a cup of Greek yogurt. Sour cream works great too. But one day I was out of sour cream. I put in Greek yogurt and I thought it was even better. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? It's healthier, but tastes better. Just go with it. So I just fold this together. And we'll just have some dollops of that on top and maybe some blackberry jam, and it's gonna be a super great treat. And maybe even though my kids are too big, they'll still let me read Tinkerbell's Tea Party again. Maybe, if I'm lucky. And so don't forget to tell somebody about Library by Mail if you know anyone who hasn't been able to get to the library because of transportation, illness, or disability. And the Central Library will get them set right up with this awesome new service. And I can't wait to see the rest of you at the library soon.